Well, the words tragedy, disaster and catastrophe are overused in sport. The players and officials from Indonesia know only too well their proper meaning. Tonight they must try and play football while their nation grieves once again. Well, as a gesture of solidarity, the Australian team, which shows 8 changes from the side that started against Iraq, have donated their match fees of $1,000 each towards the relief fund, plus $1,000 from any win bonus. So an Australian victory would swell that fund by around the $50,000 mark. Ljubo Milicevic makes his long-awaited debut in a much criticised defence tonight, which also sees Tony Vidmar shifted to right-back. Further upfield, there are starts for John McCain, Luke Wiltshire and Jason Kalina. Miller Stajovski gets reward for his fine cameo on the wing on Saturday, and Ante Milicic leads the line. Goalkeeper Željko Kalac, incidentally, is selected in place of Mark Schwarzer and wins his 50th cap. It's the usual 4-3-3 formation, with Emerton and Stajovski linking up with Milicic. Well, Indonesia are without 3 key players: defender Yulianto, midfielder Eli Aboy, who had difficulties getting a visa out of Malaysia, and winger Boas Salosa, known as the Papuan Express, is actually sitting high school exams, so they're all absent. I'll bring you their team in a second. We just got a shot of the Australian captain there, Craig Moore, just waiting for his Indonesian equivalent. But the English coach, Peter Withe, for Indonesia, can still count on the craft of captain Ponaro in midfield. And up front, Ilham top scored in the recent Tiger Cup campaign with 7 goals as Withe side made the final. He's partnered by Firman, a fine prospect, but who lacks Boas Salosa's pace. It's a 3-5-2 formation. The 2 captains, Ponaro of Indonesia, who'll be wearing all white tonight, and Craig Moore. Australia will play in the yellow shirts, or the gold shirts, I should say, and the green shorts. Referee tonight is from Japan, Hirofumi Yamanishi, and his 2 referees' assistants are both from Australia. And the 4th official is Mark Shield. Let's take in the toss. All smiles. Seems as though Craig Moore has maybe won the toss. So whilst they sort out who's going to kick into which end, let's take a quick check on the substitutes. Plenty of quality, of course, so far as the Socceroos are concerned. A lot of big names, the likes of Mark Schwarzer and Lucas Neal, Tony Popovic, Marco Bresciano, Tim Cahill, who's been suffering a wee bit with the flu this week and is possibly a bit under the weather, so that's maybe why he's on the bench. Scott Chipperfield and John Aloisi. You know all the names by now. In terms of Indonesia, they've only travelled with a fairly small squad, just 18. Perhaps the surprise is that Kurniawan, the number 10, has been left on the bench. He actually played for 2 years in Switzerland with Lucerne and also had a trial with Sampdoria in Italy's Serie A. So we may see him a little bit later on. The officials, Matthew Cream and Jim Oliaris, assisting the Japanese referee tonight, and confirmation that Mark Shield, Australia's most experienced referee, is the 4th official. It's a big night for Ljubo Milicevic, of course, tonight, back on familiar territory. 2 years with Perth Glory, after the last 12 months having been dogged by injury. There's Ilham for Indonesia, as I say, top scored in the recent Tiger Cup with 7 goals, and that despite being suspended for part of that tournament. He's had a new lease of life under Peter Withe. The previous coach, Ivan Kolev, actually left him out of the Asian Cup squad last year, so he's got something to prove. We're all set to get underway at Subiaco Oval for the 2nd game in this Powerade series. It's going to be Indonesia to get us underway, and incidentally, we'll be having our virtual spectator system in operation as well throughout the game. We'll be picking up the work rate of John McCain of Australia and Sulaiman Bakri of Indonesia. They both play in central midfield. Craig Foster and Les Murray will be analysing their work rate throughout the game. Here are Australia trying to launch the first attack of this international. Luke Wiltshire down the right-hand side. Support from Brett Emerton. Their covering was Bakri. Expect him to get through a lot of work during this 90 minutes. He's very much in the edge of the D. Then Indonesia have everybody bar Kurniawan back behind the ball. Lazaridis decides to go the direct route down to the touchline. Gets past the defender, the header by Milicic! Ante Milicic! 24 minutes gone in Perth, and Ante Milicic finds the net for the Socceroos. The credit goes to Stan Lazaridis. Got past his man, picked out his man, and Ante Milicic found the back of the net with a precise header.
Stan Lazaridis, he sensed the defender was too close to him. He knew he had the pace on him, and he has whipped in a quite superb cross. Curling away from goal, you'll see here, wraps the left boot around it, just coming back. What a lovely climb by Ante Milicic. That's his area, that's his space in the 18-yard box. That's where he wants to be. He needs service. It's Stan Lazaridis who's provided it. Beautiful header to the far post.
10 stitches in that head wound during the break. So it's no surprise. Had to be replaced. Socceroos corner. Popovic was up there, and it's got into the back of the net. And Ante Milicic takes the credit. It's his second goal of the night. It's Australia's second goal of the night. And finally, they have some breathing space.
This is a well-struck corner. We spoke in the first half about the height advantage, that you really have to press home. It was a very good delivery. Just out and around the penalty spot. Popovic climbed, and there was really no challenge on him. There's two defenders, of course. He's always going to win this ball. Milicic, as he always does. Just loves that space 4 yards out from goal. Takes up a good position in front of the keeper. Just need a touch from there. Kicks it around him.
There's Lucas Neal, left back through the Socceroos. Aimless ball. It's managed to find its way through to Ahmed Elrich. It's deceived the defender. Elrich's pace takes it away towards Zdrilic. That's 3 for Australia. Ahmed Elrich, the provider. And David Zdrilic knocks home his 20th international goal for the Socceroos.
See Zdrilic get on the score sheet once again for Australia. A good ball as well from Elrich. Read the situation well, set his full back up, dragged it across his body, put himself in a position to make a cross. Instead of fizzing it around the defenders, he's just cut it square into the path of Zdrilic. Pretty good first touch under pressure. Ball around waist height, needed to be controlled, did it well. From there, there's always going to be a strike on goal.